Mr. Ugly Show starring Mr. Ugly and the Human. Yes, got it!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mr. Ugly Show. I am your host, Mr. Ugly. We're wrapping up Alternators August on the Mr. Ugly Show with a look at one of the Japanese versions of the Transformers Alternators figures, Tracks. This is Binaltech Tracks, the Japanese release of Alternators Tracks, made by Takara and first sold in 2004. We've been talking a lot about the characteristics of Alternators toys this month on the Mr. Ugly Show, and we wanted to show you how the Japanese Binaltech versions are different. This figure is a good example of the differences. First of all, in this case, the Binaltech version was released first. That's what you see in here. Later, Hasbro released an Alternators version in blue instead of yellow. Binaltech figures have the vehicle mode body panels done in painted die-cast metal. Alternators use all plastic. The story goes that Hasbro discovered an issue with the yellow plastic and moved ahead with a planned future change to blue for the toy's initial release in North America. Takara eventually released Binaltech Tracks in blue as well. You know, maybe there's something truth to that story, as our little guy suffered some damage to a yellow plastic joint piece in preparation for this video. We repaired it with some CA glue, and we'll be treating him a little more gently now. 20-year-old yellow plastic is apparently brittle. Anyway, Tracks is another G1 character. His original toy was a blue Corvette Stingray. The Binaltech version is a licensed 1/24th scale Corvette Z06. The G1 toy had a flight mode, where little fold-out wings came out of the undercarriage of the back of the car. There are similar bits on the Binaltech version, but it looks pretty silly, and it isn't an official mode according to the instructions. Speaking of which, here's another big difference between Alternators and Binaltech: the instructions. Alternators toys come with what you may think of as standard Transformers instruction sheets. Two-tone, black and white instructions on a single fold-out sheet with some red accents. Binaltech toys, on the other hand, have these beautiful full-color booklets that resemble the kind of thing you'd expect to get with a Masterpiece Transformers toy. They also came with collector's cards. Tracks here has the rubber tires, opening doors, and detailed interiors common to Alternators and Binaltech figures. His front wheels also have the steering gimmick, where they turn in unison when manipulated. Under his hood is an engine piece that not only helps to keep his legs pegged together in car mode, but also transforms into a double-barreled blaster for the robot mode. Speaking of the robot mode, Maestro, if you don't mind. Here's Tracks in robot mode. They did a really good job of replicating his G1 robot mode. The shoulders are reminiscent of the wings of the original toy. He's still got the over-the-shoulder missile pods, even though they don't fire spring-loaded missiles like the original did. The head sculpt is definitely Tracks. Plus, now he has these slide-out wrist blasters on each arm. Kinda makes the blaster in his hand a bit superfluous, but whatever, I'm here for it. I like the faux car roof on his chest, a further nod to the original G1 toy. He's also a bit more posable than some of the other figures in this toy line, though all that die-cast does cause some joints to droop a bit, and those flappy door panels do get in the way of his legs. Let's see, is there anything else we want to say about this guy? I mean, it's a crying shame how some colors of plastic tend to degrade over time faster than others. Anyone hanging onto gold or silver chrome plastic toys from the 80s knows what I'm talking about. But even non-metallic, solid-colored plastics can still have issues. The yellow plastic on Binaltech Tracks is getting brittle, but so far, a gentle hand and some judicious use of CA glue seem to have remedied the issues. Plastic issues aside, there is a lot to recommend about the Binaltech versions of Transformers Alternators figures. From the packaging, to the full-color instructions, to the painted die-cast metal for the body parts, they feel more premium in almost every respect. If you have the means, and you don't get frustrated easily by eBay listing stalkers, then we highly recommend picking up a couple of these. That is, if you collect Transformers alternators at all.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree there. These Binaltech figures are a lot better than the Alternators versions. But, whatever you can get your hands on, assuming you want any of them at all. Well, folks, that's it for Binaltech Tracks and for Alternators August. Here on the Mr. Ugly Show. Next month, it's back to our normal non-themed nonsense, so hopefully we'll see you there. If you like this video, please give us a like. If you're new here, then welcome. And consider clicking that subscribe button and maybe ringing that bell for notifications when we post new content. We know you have choices when you waste time on the internet, and we appreciate you wasting some of it with us. Bye now. Mwah.